amazing way to start, you know, first job. It was a real gift. I mean, you know, look, I don't do much in the movie. I'm kind of like an extra, which was fine by me, but every scene they shoot in the restaurant in the movie, I had to be sitting at the table. So I'd spend all day like sitting at this table watching Bill Murray act, which is, I mean, that's like the best president in the world. It's like, and I get to watch him do different takes and kind of watch him. I mean, he never really struggled because he's, you know, a genius, but just do different things, approach things in different ways, and yeah, it was a very special experience. It was my first exposure to that. It was the first time I saw that. Yeah, I had just moved to LA, and I had that audition. I walk in a room, there's Michael Bay and Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm like, my heart's going, you know, 150 miles a minute. And the audition was basically, because, you know, between us, the script wasn't that good. So the audition was basically like improv. It was like, okay, just do something funny. I got a girlfriend.
That's great.
Well, my character was kind of, I think, intended for comic relief, you know? Like, they literally brought me in, Michael Bay brought me in one day to a scene that in the script I wasn't even in. He just said, could you just go in there and do something funny? That just scene is boring. Like, just go in there and say something funny. I'm like, okay, yes sir.
You must get that a lot.
What, you try another one?
Anytime anybody asks me to do something that, you know, for comedy, I'll do it. I mean, like Funny or Die or little internet things, whatever. I don't, in cinema, I don't think we're like in the golden age of comedy right now. I haven't seen a lot of great comedies lately in cinema.
What's happening right now? Just looking into your soul, man.
I think the comedy scene is much stronger on, like, honestly, like the internet and TV and stuff like that.
You deliver, that's what you do, you deliver, right? Right?
I'm not as excited about anymore, you know, because what's hard in this business is to find something original or unique. This business repeats itself. This art form repeats itself a lot. So, and the longer you do it, the more you're aware of that. You're like, oh, I've seen this before. Oh, this is like this. Why, you know? So it's really hard to find something that kind of feels special. And on the other hand, it's like, well, if it's not special, why bother doing it? Like, why waste my time and everyone else's time with the people that come to see it and sit there and think, oh, this isn't that special. So, yeah, it's just about, I don't necessarily get bored. I would never get bored with acting, because I do think that acting is a very sacred art, and I take it very seriously. But sometimes I get less interested in what's being done in the cinema. It's harder and harder to find unique opportunities. Honestly, at this point in my life, I act if I want to help the artist tell the story. Hey, remember me? I'm Petey, I'll be your driver. I'll take you anywhere. I'm not even sure necessarily what I get out of it, but if I see a story and I think people need to hear this story, they need to see this story. And this director thinks that I could do this, and that will help tell the story. And it's my job, and I'll be able to pay my bills, and then the story will be out in the world, and, you know, make people think or make people happy, then that's good.
Boy, how cool. It's
for the greater good of my people.
I'm not interested in being someone else necessarily. I'm finally feeling more comfortable being myself, which I didn't feel when I was younger. I think a lot of young people struggle with being themselves, but now I actually, it's harder now to act like I'm someone else. Well, there's tons of musicians I'm fascinated by. I think music biopics are very tricky though. They all seem to be very, talking about repetition, it's kind of like the story exists and you can just drop in a musician, all the same things happen, the end, It's like Ray Charles, Johnny Cash, blah, blah, blah. They get, they struggle, they get famous, they make mistakes.
And they fall.
Yeah, and they fall, and it's I don't know, it's like that same instinct that makes people want to watch car crashes on the internet. I don't know, it's just weird. But it's like, that's why I really like something like Elvis and Nixon when I did that, because I thought that was a very interesting way to approach it, as opposed to trying to tell somebody's entire life story in 90 minutes, which is really basically ridiculous. Yeah, you just take like a day or two. And you're like, this is about the time that so-and-so went to do this. And in that period of time, you actually wind up learning a lot more about the person, because you can really spend time with the details and not just the whole the arc of this life.
I want to start an all-girl rock band.
Once we met.
We love your look. We are choosing you to be a part of rock and roll history.
And I love to play music. I love to listen to music.
You got that right.
I guess at a certain point, maybe I could have wound up trying to go into music instead of acting, but I went down the acting road, and I'm happy about that. I don't regret it. But from time to time, I do try to get more involved in music or play more music, but it's hard now with my responsibilities as a father and things to put a whole lot of time into that. It's kind of like a hobby.